Fala aí, seres humanos. Então, o que nós temos aqui é uma continuação daquele vídeo que o New World fez lá, de 40 minutos, né, falando sobre as temporadas e tudo mais. Esse vídeo aqui é um perguntas e respostas que eles falaram que iam fazer, beleza? Então a gente vai assistir junto. Isso aqui são 14 minutos e vamos ver o que que dá. Simbora.
New World didn't want to be like other games. Just shows how incompetent your dev team is. So how long does it take to complete a season?
Meu amigo, eu vi esse primeiro pedacinho aqui, os caras, meu irmão, sentaram a madeira, meu, só mostra o quão incompetente eles são. Isso aqui é só é só o aquecimento, tá ligado? Das primeiras perguntas. Então vamos embora.
Because the first part of the question, the answer is no, but the second half, the answer is yes. So I'll say both up for you. He's just looking at me weird like I fucked something up.
No, that's just what he looks like.
Bora, vamos ver o que vai sair daí. Eu achei da hora, cara. Eu achei da hora isso aqui. Eu vi só o primeiro momento. Eu vi só o comecinho e deixei pra ver junto com a live, porque, enfim, vamos assistir.
Where we talk about all things New World. This episode is a community Q&A, and Lovin is going to start throwing some softballs at us. So bring them up, Michael.
My only question is, do you recognize as a mistake the lack of even minimal PvP balance changes for months in a row? And do you plan to correct this by trying to make more quick balance fixes when you see they are needed?
Yeah, absolutely. We see that as a mistake. And I would go a little further, not just PvP, but I think combat balance in general. We've been overly cautious. We were afraid to break things. Dave talked about this in the dev update video, and it's something we're going to be more aggressive on. And we're also going to focus on new ways to communicate the balance changes to the players and to get that dialogue going. So the answer is, yeah, we definitely see that as a mistake.
A primeira foi de boa, né? Tranquilo, né? Então, vamos seguir. Acho que deu pra entender, né? Todo mundo aí de boa, né? Tá com a legenda aí. Então, o cara questiona sobre a demora, né, para eles fazerem mudanças no balanceamento. Esse cara já tinha falado realmente lá que eles querem arriscar mais nesse sentido, né, fazer mudanças mais rápido. Então, essa aqui foi tranquila, né? Vamos ver.
When are we ever going to get meaningful PvP updates? Balance changes once per year, new heart rune once per year, new weapon once per year is not enough.
We agree, and there is more coming. When you look at the roadmap, we have cross-world OPR coming, we have the enemy color VFX coming. There's also some things that we're working on outside of that. We've talked a little bit about the reward track and how that can use some polish. Another one, the arena map. So we are aware of this, and there's things coming.
Makes me happy because he corrected me in the dev update video for not mentioning the influence changes, which we also have coming this year on PvP. So,
how does Amazon Games incorporate player feedback in determining balance? What avenues should players utilize to voice opinions and build consensus?
Mano, essa é a pergunta que a gente mais queria fazer pra PA, né? Como essa pergunta a gente queria fazer isso aqui pra PA, né, velho? Acho que todo mundo gostaria de fazer essa pergunta para a empresa do jogo que joga, né?
The New World team definitely considers community feedback when considering balancing, but it is one input into it, and it's what we like to do is use that as a guidance, right? When we see a lot of community talking about something, it's something that we then investigate, check the data, check the telemetry, and see if it corresponds with their feedback.
Yeah, and as far as where you can put that input, obviously the forums, when you have feedback for us, that's where we really want it. If it's a bug report, in-game is the best. But if it's something that has a little more nuance to it, like your specific PvP style or a specific combat balance update that you would want, and you want others to kind of join that conversation, the forums are the best. And I'm not going to pretend like we don't go on Reddit, because we do. So really, if you post there, we pull all of that data and we review it.
Mano, olha, isso aqui é muito da hora, cara. Esse tipo de coisa aqui, mano, é muito da hora, tá ligado? É exatamente aquilo que eu coloquei, né, no último vídeo de, cara, você sentir que você tá falando com um ser humano de verdade, sacou? Não um robozinho com roteiro ali falando coisas que a gente finge que acredita, né? Então, pô, é muito maneiro isso aqui, né, cara? Todo mundo sabe que os caras vão no Reddit, né, cara? Ninguém precisa fingir, né, que os caras não passam por lá pra ver o que tá rolando, né?
I think it's just worth mentioning also, like, one of the things that makes this hard is there's often people saying something's too hard and people on the other side saying that same thing's not. We get contradictory feedback a lot. And that's why Dave was saying there's a lot of indicators we get from live, but there has to be like the dev team inside and doing that deep investigation to try to really get to the root of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Why seasons? I thought New World didn't want to be like other games.
A cara deles, mano. Insta. A cara da... Já deu aquele... aquele assim, aquele ganchinho que vem na costela assim que você não tá esperando, tá ligado? Ei! Aí você... Ai, ai, ai. Vamos lá.
It's kind of an interesting question.
Até teve aquela pausa.
I don't know that we don't want to be like other games, or we're not claiming we're better or worse or anything like that. Seasons, to me, just bring an interesting aspect to New World. It allows us to get on a regular cadence, to add, like, for one, it builds trust with the players. Hey, we're going to have this new content, every 3 months. It allows us to tell a story, to add more narrative. It allows us to give players more things to do in the world, to make the world feel more alive. I think it's a really fun model, and we're going to do it our way in New World. And, season 1 launches here in a few weeks. Every season, we plan, I shouldn't say every season, but most seasons we plan to add on top of that and put more things to do in. I think it's going to be really fun for the players. So that's why seasons.
Eu acho que é uma pergunta meio boba, assim, cara, porque esse sistema de temporadas, ele pode ser algo comum nos jogos, mas não é exatamente comum em MMORPGs, né? E pelo menos não é bem feito em MMORPGs. Então eu não sei se é um bagulho que, sabe, eles devam tomar tanto como demérito, assim, sabe? Mas em contrapartida, é muito da hora também, novamente, né? Essa gama de perguntas que tiram os caras um pouco da zona de conforto, né, cara? De dar assim, independente da resposta, né, cara? É maneiro ver os caras respondendo perguntas que os tiram, né, da zona de conforto. Isso é muito da hora, mano.
Do you have to participate in endgame content to complete a season pass?
No, there's a variety of activities, and this is now on PTR, so go play it yourself. But there's a variety of activities in the journey, on the activities card and the challenges, so players can sort of investigate which ones make the sense for their playstyle. I think, there are some that are related to endgame, and I think if you are a part of endgame content, you'll have more options available to you, but it's not required.
Yeah, I think, like, it's worth noting, like when you see the activity card, you don't have to do the whole thing. It's basically, you can connect 4 in any of the directions and move on from the card, or you could go deeper onto it. The same with the journey. You don't have to do all of the activities. It gives players a little more freedom to choose, like, I prefer this style or this style of stuff.
I have to
Maneiraço
do all
também.
of it.
Porra, até isso os caras acertaram, hein, cara? Que da hora, né? Parece o passe não vai ser totalmente linear, né? Você vai ter a liberdade de escolher caminhos do que você quer fazer no passe. Maneiraço também, cara.
Some people are completionists.
And it's honestly a lot of fun.
You mentioned skins and pets as rewards from the seasonal card track, but could we also expect other unique housing items or possibly things like new season-specific music sheets?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting and unique items that are going to be on the seasonal reward track. You can actually see everything that's on there when you hover over it on the PTR. But I do want to say that we do have housing items for season 1 on the reward track that I was very excited about when I got to that part. So there's definitely some interesting stuff. As far as music sheets, I don't think that those are on season 1, but it's definitely things that we can consider in the future.
Just adding, if you have ideas of things that we don't have on there that you think would be cool or appropriate, let us know.
Totally.
If I hate doing PvE, because I do, can I complete the season pass just by doing PvP?
So we talked a little bit about this before. Yes, there are a variety of options, and you can always complete, more and more levels of the reward track by doing, activity card items if you run out of things to do in the challenges or in the journey. So there are always options, but you'll have more options if you do more types of content.
Yeah.
Why are you delaying Cross-World Arenas to winter and not implement it at the same time as Cross-World OPR?
Essa é uma boa pergunta, cara. Porque, mano, essa parada vai adiar o sistema de cross-servers pro final do ano, praticamente, tá ligado? Eu adoro essas pausas, cara. Muito bom,
So
velho.
OPR is our first cross-world instance activity. Think about it through, like, water through the pipes. We want to get OPR out there, make sure that we are successful at cross-world instance game modes. And then when we feel good about that, we're going to start bringing other game modes through.
When will we get swimming?
Meu amigo, jogou a bomba agora. O cara fez só assim, ó.
It's on the table, but no plans right now.
tipo assim, os caras só olhou pra mulher e disseram, essa parada aí não é minha não, mano. Essa aí é do Aspira. Qual que é a Aspira? Responde aí.
It's on the table, but no plans right now.
Basically, we t-shirt size all of these different features to figure out like how much the effort to build them is. And then we compare that against other things of equal size using the similar resources. And when that bubbles to the top, we'll do swimming. It's more of a continuity thing for players, I think, than it is for than it will enhance gameplay. So we tend to push more toward things that will enhance gameplay, but it's something like, it's coming up in more conversations now than it did a year ago.
Absolutely. And we used that simile before, that MMO feature development or deciding what's on the roadmap is like having a bunch of things on a table. And we have a very large table. So swimming is still on the table, just like what Scott said. It's not coming yet.
Ai, meu Deus. Vai demorar essa natação chegar aí.
Just shows how fucking incompetent your dev team is. What we wanted, run and gun, less range, more ability to trade and outplay. What we got, rock, camping, gameplay promotion. Really? God, do you people even fucking PvP?
Eu vou até ver de novo isso aqui, mano. Meu amigo. Cara, só deles lerem uma parada dessa, só de ler pra responder isso aqui, já é insano isso aqui já. Já é insano, tá ligado?
Musket Bloom just shows how fucking incompetent your dev team is. What we wanted, run and gun, less range, more ability to trade and outplay. What we got, rock, camping, gameplay promotion. Really? God, do you people even fucking PvP?
We do PvP. I think, the direction here is that we wanted to try to carve out a unique niche for this weapon, right? Like, we do have run and gun weapons. If that's your style, use the bow, use the blunderbuss. Like, those are specifically targeted and designed for that. But the design of this weapon is more of a long-range weapon, and we're trying to find a way to position that and not have it overpowered in OPR. This is our attempt at it. It's a tough problem to solve, and it's a little controversial, but try it out in PTR and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Was the
Respondeu bem até, cara.
season model created after the first roadmap for 2023 release? How long has this been planned?
No, we started talking about seasons early last year, but I think we went into serious planning for it probably in June. So 9 months, 9-10 months.
Then I have a question. So how long does it take to complete a season pass?
Yeah, so a casual player should be able to complete the pass in about 60 hours. It's 50 to 60 hours. And our players are not all casual, so some people will complete it a lot sooner than that. But I do suggest taking your time with it. You have a nice drip of content throughout the entire season, so don't blow it all on day one unless that's really the way that you want to play.
All right.
I'd be curious to see if anyone can get through it in day one. I think that would be a stretch.
Oh no, it's a challenge.
Oh, não, ela já sabe. Ela sabe que ele acabou de fazer merda, cara. Ele sabe.
Not a challenge. Please don't take that as a challenge.
Por que você desafiou eles, cara? Não, mano.
I'm just like,
At least 2% of players just walked away.
my first
challenge
MMO,
accepted.
I rushed through it and got to 60, and I learned so hard that after that, just take your time, enjoy the content, play the game.
Well, you could rush with a mount. And speaking of mounts, why 2 years for basic mounts?
Cara, sempre tem alguém pra olhar, tá ligado? Já olha pro cara já e fala, e aí, irmão?
Well, first, I think, mounts wasn't our immediate highest priority when we launched. We were trying to work on other things. We also felt the world was not of the size where we really needed it right away. But we did start working on it, and I think, it's not going to be basic, I think, is one of the reasons it's taken a little longer than maybe players thought. I think we want to make the writing experience feel a little more unique and have a little gameplay to it. There's going to be a trade skill associated with, increasing your writing skill. And we're going to, mounts is a core part of our game. We're going to build on it. We're going to integrate it with the game and continue to support it. So,
tomara, assim, na verdade, né?
Right.
Yeah, I think that's important. We're building it with growth in mind. And that takes a little longer to really get it right and to make sure that you have that foundation where you want it.
Tipo assim, o cara fala de... eu acho que o cara que perguntou falando básico, porque é um recurso básico, né, de todo MMORPG, né? Não que ele tenha que ser básico em sua estrutura. Eu acho que talvez eles tenham entendido errado. Mas da hora, tomara que eles realmente estejam criando agora para que não seja só um sistema de montaria qualquer, né? Para que realmente tenha uma profissão em volta, né? Enfim, que seja relativamente complexo, né? Vai ser maneiro que eles façam isso mesmo para compensar um pouco, né? Por um sistema básico, né? De MMORPG não estar disponível no jogo desde o início, né? Tomara mesmo.
Will we be seeing any additions to the faction vendors this year? Are there any changes or overhauls planned for what we could spend our tokens on?
Yeah, so we have been talking about it. We know that the faction shop needs a refresh, and so that is under discussion. We don't have anything to share right now, but that is definitely something that we are talking about actively.
Okay. Will the new expeditions only be available to those that purchase the premium season pass or available to everyone?
Available to everyone. There is, none of the content is locked behind the season pass. Just the premium reward track has various premium rewards.
Let me just say that one more time, because I see a lot of questions on all the social media. You can play all of the seasonal content is different than the season pass. The season pass is an alternate reward track. The seasonal content is stuff you can play through every season, and that's that thing that we want to deliver every 3 months to give you that experience.
Yeah, a cool quest line, the expedition, any additional content that comes out with it, all of that.
Yeah.
All free to play.
Yeah. Not.
Oh, I don't know about that, buddy. The game has a base price.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's where I was going.
We've all purchased it. Assuming you purchased it.
Oh my gosh, what's happening?
You announced a 3-month update rhythm, and I need to ask, are you sure you're able to keep that rhythm, and can you assure the community they can rely on that? Keeping unplanned postponing due to unplanned problems out of the picture, of course.
We're telling you this because we think it's really, really important. So as a dev team, we're committed to making that happen.
So epic. The only thing I want to know, hope for, is that the season pass doesn't expire and we the players can equip past season passes to grind on as our schedule permits. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Não sei se eu entendi não, cara. Como é que é?
Season pass
A única coisa que eu saber, espero, é que o passe da temporada não expire e nós, os jogadores, possamos equipar os passes de temporada anteriores para trabalhar conforme nossa programação permitir. Ih, rapaz.
doesn't expire and we the players can equip past season
Entendi. Ele quer que quando acabe a temporada, ele ainda possa fazer as temporadas anteriores.
passes to grind on as our schedule permits. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
So the actual season pass does go away at the end of the season. And then most of the content remains. For instance,
Esse é
the
meio
Imperium
exigente, cara.
Forge will remain. But
Aí é meio exigente, aí não é temporada, vira quase com expansão. É realmente... É um pedido que eu imagino que seja bem complicado de fazer isso acontecer.
the
Cara.
season narrative, what's going to happen is parts of it will remain, right? Like the building of the Silver Crows, but the vast majority of it will be cycled to the season 2 story.
Will the transmog system be tied to gear type? What I mean is, will I be able to use the skin of a heavy chest or a medium chest piece? Please say yes, because I'm in love with the Cuirass of Decimus chest skin and I wear medium.
I'm going to say no, because the first part of the question, the answer is no, but the second half, the answer is yes. So I'll say both up for you. He's just looking at me weird like I something up.
No, that's just what he looks like.
It will not be
clear.
tied to the
Okay.
piece. To be clear, it will not be tied to the piece. And yes, you can apply it to, you can apply any chess piece to any chess piece.
Yes.
Any head to
But,
any head. Any glove to any glove. Any pants
There
to
is
any
no
pants.
equip load
He's actually
dependency.
writing a song right now about it. Any hands?
No, but seriously, it's we understand why you thought that was important, and we think so too.
Maneiro,
That
maneiro.
is all I got.
Cool.
I mean, there's a lot more, but these are the ones I chose.
Well, you chose
I'm just
wisely.
going to cut this part out. Hey, that's it. Those are the questions.
All right, well, that's all we have time for on the questions. Thank you for all of them, even the hard ones. They make us better. Keep them coming. We did focus more on, I'm sure you noticed, on the closer releases for stuff. We're not ready to go deep on the expansions yet. As we get closer, you can expect us to deal with more and more of those questions.
Maneiraço,
And we'll
cara.
see you next month. If you like this, please subscribe.
Cara, muito bom, cara. Muito bom, cara.
Oh, the Siren Queen? Grace is probably a good fighter, but I don't know if she's that good.
Maneiraço mesmo. Cara, isso aqui é muito bom, mano. Eu acho, cara, independente de você jogar o New World ou não, tá ligado? É muito bom você ver uma equipe, né, de desenvolvimento fazendo um trampo como esse, porque cria esse pouco de vislumbre da gente de tipo, pô, cara, seria maneiro se isso acontecesse aqui, né? Seria da hora, porque, velho, a diferença disso aqui, por exemplo, do que isso aqui tem para o que a gente vê como jogador de BDO, por exemplo, no Perguntas e Respostas do BDO, cara, meu Deus, é um abismo, tá ligado? Infinito, um abismo infinito de distância, né, mano? De ver os caras... Pô, mano, cara, maluco xingando. Pô, vocês são malucos? Vocês são incompetentes, mano? Vocês sequer fazem PVP e o cara, pô, responder na boa e dar uma resposta, assim, minimamente razoável ainda pro cara, né, cara? De boa, assim. Eu acho que, cara, isso aqui é simplesmente sensacional, né? E realmente, eu não sei o quão atores eles podem ser, cara, mas realmente parece que o cara que selecionou as perguntas não deixou eles preparados pra resposta, assim, tá ligado? Perguntou ali no ato, você vê que tem hora que os caras dão uma travada, dão uma titubeada, quem é que vai responder essa? Então, ou esses caras são atores dignos de Hollywood, tá ligado? Ou realmente o bagulho é natural, sacou? E dessa forma é muito da hora, mano. Eu acho que é difícil um player não ficar, pô, satisfeito, né, de ver esse tipo de coisa acontecendo. Isso acontece rotineiramente ainda, maneiraço, cara. Então, mano, parabéns aí pra equipe do New World, cara. Maneiríssimo, esses dois eventos que eles fizeram aí, né, tanto a parte dos devs lá falando sobre as atualizações, como essa aqui, cara, sensacional. Queria eu que todo MMO tivesse uma equipe que fizesse isso aí com a comunidade. Seria maneiraço, mano. Seria maneiraço mesmo. Tá maluco. Então é isso, galera. Espero que vocês tenham gostado aí desse react. Se você é novo aqui no canal, não deixe de se inscrever, clicar no sininho para não perder os próximos vídeos, dá aquele likezinho, comenta, interaja com o vídeo da forma que você puder, porque vai me ajudar bastante a seguir adiante. Se você não me segue nas redes sociais, Zeus Ghosts, você me encontra em todas elas. Na descrição tem o link do meu Instagram aí para você acompanhar a jornada braba de um gamer pseudo maromba. Cola lá que a gente se esbarra na próxima. Aquele abraço para vocês que eu fui!